Up everybody? Welcome back to LiltXL Speaks. This is video number 5, and today I wanted to talk about something that really interests me, and it's called consciousness. And it's so much I can start off with to go with this, but like I said, we just go with the flow on here, and we go off the top. So bass freestyle stuff. And where I start out today for consciousness is I want you to just, for 5 seconds, just close your eyes. Okay, so, and when your eyes are closed, you notice that you can see, like, it's darkness, but you see like black, blue, purple, yellow, all these colorful dots and all these different lights and stuff. And I believe that's what consciousness is. All those little dots and material and all of those, to the smallest microscopic, atom, is still all like whatever material that made up everything is what I think consciousness is. And trying to perceive that, or trying to understand that, is simple, but it's not simple if you don't know what it is. So an easy way to understand what it is that consciousness is everything. Everything that you look at, everything you touch, grab, even what we breathe in. Like, there's a space in between me and you. In between this space, from my face to yours, that's actually not even a space. That's just filled up with little particles of consciousness. But in this reality, it creates air in the space. But there's nothing spaced, like, because consciousness is everything and it is everywhere. So there's no space, and there is no like separation from anything. And I think that's like the material, that God used for everything. Yeah. So when you think about that, it's really cool, and it lets you, I guess it just shows you a different way to look at stuff, like knowing that all of these things, all these items are just dust, like that are really not real. Like, this is, let me see, oh shoot, like this right here is a bracelet, you know what I mean? But really, this is consciousness, like, packed together into 3D physical form, if that makes sense. If you can really break down what I'm saying right now, if everything is just consciousness, all those little black and blue dots you see when your eyes are closed, this is that, you know. But the material was taken from that, packed together to make some type of material that was able to use on Earth to stretch out the consciousness and build this. So now we perceive it as a bracelet when it's really nothing, you know. Same thing with everything else, like green paper. Now when you think about green paper, it's like, what the heck, because it's just nothing really, and then we're paying for food and paying for water, when that's just stuff we need to survive, so if we have a world built off a system that makes you work for your whole entire life to get food and water, and things you see on earth that's really nobody's. Like, it's none of us own none of this, because all it is that consciousness. So we're doing is taking God's material, bending it and twisting it into whatever we want it, and we made the whole earth or the world, as what we see on TV. you know but it didn't used to always be like that. Like, if you think about it, before, you seen like um, the big buildings in the city, gas stations, things like that. It was all just nature, just trees, water, land, dirt, wind, clouds, just natural, everything natural that God had already put here. And then man comes, human, and was like, hey, this is all pretty cool and everything, but, let me take this tree and I'm gonna chop it down. I'm gonna chop down this tree that was here, and uh, this conscious object. We're gonna use that tree that God gave, knock it down, even if it's a bird's home or whatever, and we're gonna turn it into paper or cardboard or wood. You know what I mean? And then, now we need more. We need more. Like, we don't need just one tree. Let's cut down the whole forest. And then just build wood, everything. And then I don't even know how they make metal and steel, concrete, plastic, all these other materials that we're making. It just came from everything that was already on the earth. So there was nothing that was created that wasn't already here. It's just been bent and shaped into something else and re-put out in physical form. Because it's crazy to see and look at, because when you look at cities, when I'm driving down cities, I visualize and I'm like, man, this just used to be all land, all earth, all natural. And then in a matter of a couple years or so, they're like, all right, we need more buildings. I apologize. But if you look at the earth, at one city, and think about all the buildings that's in the whole city, it's just boom, just like dropped it on top of the earth. Just take down the trees, give me some of this water, give me some more gas, oil, natural resources, and we're gonna drop this. Boom. All right, now we got a city. Now, there's Iowa. Now, oh man, this looks like some nice land over here. Boom, boom, boom. Throw some buildings on top of the grass. Boom. Cut down some more forests. Boom. Hey, here's California. Boom. Let's go make some more. Dang, some more land over there. Dang, there's New York. Boom. And now we got just a whole 50 states, United States of America. Kaboom. Just dropped on top of the earth, buildings and all of this stuff. And then, then we got other countries, just boom, drop some stuff over there, boom, drop some stuff over there, But I feel like America has used the most of, natural resources that were already on Earth to change how they perceive the world, and almost completely control, the way that everything works. And just to know these things and to see these things, I know it means something, and that's why I love to share it. And if anyone comes to me and asks me a question about it, I get so happy inside, because nobody can change you but you. And if you come to me asking me a question, I'm assuming that you want to learn more, and you want to understand more about life and yourself. And if you want to learn more about life and yourself, I'm always here. You can always hit me up. I'm on social media a lot, And also, if you have my number, we're close or anything, just call me. Always gonna be there. You know, as long as I have a vehicle here on planet Earth, I would love to be able to come and communicate and speak with any yous or any organizations or people, clubs, groups that you would like me to speak to. I would love to speak. And remember, when I do speak, it's just gonna be straight from a place where of truth. And, you know, I only want to speak from truth. And another thing I wanted to touch on is how do you know when it's truth? How do you know when it's real love or when it's false love? Real love is more, you can it could be portrayed as just real love, you know, but it'll fall through eventually. Real love can never be, you know, contained. Real love can never be contained. It can never be described. It can never be categorized. And when I say I love you, when I say I love you, the person watching this video right now on Earth, I'm looking at the divine creation that was put here on this planet Earth for a purpose, you know, and that was born into this earth a pure baby. And the world was just like, oh, put them in school for 12 years. Oh, tell them they need a job. Tell them they need to get married. Tell them this is what's cool is. Tell them to watch this on TV. This is black entertainment. This is white entertainment. This is Mexican entertainment. This is Asian entertainment. Anything, you know, just, and they're building the way, like the structure was already set when you came out here, you know, by people that are ahead, you know, are at the top, by cheating, you know, being mean to others, disrespecting, and those are the ones that make the structure. So when you're coming in and you're coming up as a baby and you can't talk yet, you know, you're just visualizing, you can't choose where you go because you can't walk yet. Your parents are basically bringing you everywhere, you know, and you don't really have a choice on what's being, you know, brought into that life, or how that's gonna affect you. You know, it could have came from God has set it up where that's what had to you go through till you got up to understand that it was fake. You know, and what I mean by that is like our whole time during school, you know, coming to a point, you will eventually come to a point where you realize we're just repeating, you know, information, and whoever repeats it the best, you know, gets go to the top of the world, you know, and now they're better, you know, than people because they know how to repeat stuff better, you know. They tell you, they knock down your imagination. They tell you what to think, how we should think, you know, what is disrespectful, all of that stuff. Our mind is basically trained to be aggressive, dog eat dog, all of that. And this is what I learned a lot of this from seeing it, but I didn't know what to call it, you know. But being based with and knowing Lil B, and also participating in the Satin Yoga Institute, you know, it gives me, I'm learning new words that I never even knew before, you know. And I think that's just from me consistently following God's, just wanting to live for God and just be like an open vessel for whatever God wants to push out of me. So, and being trained that way, like I was saying, being trained that way to automatic judge, automatic categorize, automatically be like, go first, get ahead, let's go, you know, let's be in front of everybody, you know. And the one that usually loves, and the ones that's nice, and the one that does tell truth, you see a lot, is that's the one that people are like, don't do that, Like, people will tell you not to be nice and not to be loving. Like, on earth, they'll just be like, don't love people and don't be nice. And when we're all this got the same creator and the same, you know, stuff in us to be loving to each other, and we can all just create the most beautiful place on this area where we're at, and just make it amazing, heaven on earth, how it really should be. But how the way that the structure is set up is a lot of people that fear, standing up or speaking out if they feel something's not right, because it's told to you that it is right, and you feel like you're wrong, but you're not. And but yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. As LiltXL speaks, and remember, nobody can change you but you. So if any of this video affected you in any way, just know that there's something in you that understands that God loves you, and He knows everything about you, and it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, like, or what you've done. The feeling, if you're feeling unworthy of anything, it's not true. You are a divine being for a divine purpose, and nobody can affect the people the way you can. So if you're just following the way that they're telling us to be, you're going to be a very mean and an antisocial type person. And it's going to be hard for people and people can really love you, but it's really going to be hard to physically be with a person like that, whose mind would be basically, the same as the people that set up the society. It would be hard to be around a person like that, because you don't know if you can trust them, you don't know if you can love them, and that shouldn't be how it should be. We should be able to love all of each other. Everybody shouldn't be scared. Rich people shouldn't be scared to talk to broke people. Broke people, homeless people shouldn't be scared to talk to rich people, and that shouldn't even be a name. Rich and poor and all of that shouldn't even be a name, but I'll speak on that later. It's LiltXL Speaks, video number 5. I love you so much, and you are so important, and I love you guys.